Liftoff of the Delta rocket with opportunity.
When I was 14, 2 rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, landed on Mars. And that was hugely inspirational because we were seeing some of the first images come back, and I was like, gosh, I want to be a part of that. The mission of SolePower is to make self-sustained wearables that make people's lives better. We like to think we've created a new category called wearable energy harvesting. Devices that use normal motion like walking, running, moving to charge useful electronics. Our first implementation of that is a connected work boot that helps workforces be safer and more productive. So here we have a prototype boot, and what happens is every time you step down, it's creating power. It charges a battery and an electronics board in the front. And that board has accelerometers, which measure motion, temperature sensors, GPS sensors, and a Wi-Fi module, so it can send all of that data to the cloud. The U.S. Army, when they're interested in supporting a type of technology, says that they have a problem and they need innovative companies to help them fix it. They were trying to reduce the amount of backup battery rate that soldiers have to carry every single day. We told them what technology we could build, we asked for their assistance, and we built it and delivered it. And those same benefits can be applied to many other industries like construction, energy, remote surveying, essentially anywhere where somebody's off the grid and you need to know where they are.
Hahna is the backbone of SolePower. Everything that I do, everything that we all do at SolePower is just building off of innovative work that she started.
Science, technology, and engineering is the future. And when you do create something that's solving compelling problems for people, it does feel good. I would tell young girls, go into STEM, not just because we need you, but because it's awesome.
Hi everybody, I'm Athena Jones. I'm a White House correspondent for CNN, and it's my pleasure to introduce Hahna Alexander, a STEMinist who, as you just saw, is leading the way in next wave technology that's not only wearable, but also self-charging, which is pretty exciting. So let's dive in. The idea for this technology started as a design project while you were still in college. Tell me about the initial spark for this idea.
Yeah, so it started out with a professor basically saying, we need you to design something that solves a problem for people on campus. So we were sitting with a bunch of engineering students, and the first thing we thought of was, let's use drones to deliver sandwiches to people in the library. This is something we need.
Awesome.
This is something we need right now. This is a huge problem. And our professor told us we were stupid and told us to come up with a better idea. And so we started really thinking about what real problems we had. And what we found is that we all walked pretty far from campus every day and had a problem seeing where we were going. So the very first prototype actually came out of a need to charge a light on a shoe. We wanted to see where we were going at night and wanted cars to see us. So that's how it came about.
So now we're talking about a removable shoe insert that charges when someone's simply walking. How does that work? What kind of equipment is it able to charge? How quickly? Just sort of tell us more about how it actually functions.
Yeah, so the way the device works is it basically takes the linear motion in your step and it converts it to rotational motion using normally larger systems like gears, clutches, and links. And so every time you step down, we're actually spinning a generator inside of the mechanism at about 5,000 RPM. So mechanically, it's awesome. The actual mechanism can go in any type of footwear. So it's not just an insole. It can go in connected boots. It can go, I put it in heels because I just got sick of not being able to wear heels to networking events, and wearing construction boots doesn't look great all the time. So we've actually embedded this charger into multiple different types of footwear, and the one that we focus on first is, like I said in the video, the connected boot, which is collecting data to help industrial workforces be more productive and a little bit safer.
All right. And so, we saw how this technology can be used in the industrial workplace. Looking into the future, what other workforces or general ways can this sort of technology be adapted for?
Yeah, so the cool thing about the technology is that it's really kind of solving or addressing a universal problem. So as an entrepreneur, as a founder, we kind of try to take a scope of what are all the different things that we can charge. And even though we're starting with footwear and for charging GPS and lights and sensors, there are many other applications. One of them that we're all really passionate about is helping people in developing worlds get access to power. So there's hundreds of millions of people that rely on phones for daily critical tasks and don't have reliable ways to charge them. So there's many different things that we can do with the power, and we're really excited to put into footwear first, but the potential, I think, is limitless.
I want to go back to the beginning. Starting out this company, you started right out of college. You got a very early start. You had very few resources. What were some of the biggest challenges to getting a good start, and how were you able to solve them creatively? I understand you called in friends to help out. Tell us what you did.
Yeah, so when we were first getting started, we had no resources. We had really brilliant people that believed in us and were helping us, but in terms of funding, we didn't have very much. So when we had this prototype, we had to do what's called a durability test, which is basically a check that it's not going to fail before the shoe fails. And we eventually ended up making this pretty cool robot that we call the Hulk because it just smashes constantly. On the mechanism, but in the beginning we didn't have the funding to put that together. So we had friends come in and volunteer their time, and we basically paid people by the mile, and we told them what speed we wanted them to go at. So if they went at that speed, it would be just about minimum wage, and if they went underneath it, it wouldn't be. So we had people walking in our office on a treadmill for weeks at a time, just to get testing done as quickly as possible.
That's a pretty creative way of working out the problem.
Yeah, well, we have some awesome friends, so thankfully.
As we saw in the video, you're also working on a really interesting project with the U.S. Army. Tell us more about what the problem is that you're trying to help them solve through this technology.
Yeah, so a typical soldier in the Army will carry about 20 pounds of backup batteries on a single-day mission. And if they're going on longer missions, they have to carry more backup batteries. So the Army and other branches of the military are very interested in using more creative sources of energy, essentially energy harvesting, to help reduce that backup battery weight. So they're looking at kinetic chargers like ours, they're looking at solar panels, and the ideas that will help people be less fatigued at the end of the day.
Now, I'll admit, when I first learned I was going to be interviewing you and you were making products that involved wearable technology and self-charging, I immediately thought about cell phones, just an ordinary person's cell phone that most people have. Do you think that self-charging technology will eventually become part of all of our daily lives outside of, say, the Army? Will I be able to wear boots one day that would maybe charge my cell phone or my BlackBerry if I still have one then?
Yeah, absolutely. So as the technology becomes more robust, eventually we'll be charging things like cell phones, and we're really excited about that. We're working on it every day to make it more durable, more power efficient, lower weight. But what we really see is an increasing trend of things being connected. So it's not just footwear, it's clothing, it's connected devices in the middle of a construction site that are essentially automating tasks, making people's lives easier, delivering data that can be analyzed to provide actionable insights in our day-to-day lives. And all of that will need a power source, so we think that's where we will step in, no pun intended.
Power is definitely the key. Yeah. As we heard, you've been fascinated by space and science fiction starting at a young age. You had prestigious internships at NASA and SpaceX, and we understand you're still interested in space exploration. Talk more about how you hope to use energy harvesting technology maybe in space one day.
Well, I hope. I don't know right now that there's a particular application, but I think it would be awesome to retire on Mars, and there will definitely be some interesting power challenges involved in that. One of my internships was actually making a robot that would autonomously fly a kite. Interestingly, a kite-flying robot for off-planet windy surfaces has the same design properties as a power-generating kinetic charger in your shoe. Kid you not. So we're kind of running a motor backwards to create the power, and that was my first internship, energy harvesting for Mars.
Well, maybe we'll hear in maybe 20 years from now or so about you going to Mars with that new technology. Thank you, Hahna. I'd now like to introduce Steve Curtis, the Vice President of Toyota Media and Engagement Marketing.
Thank you very much, Athena. And thank you, Tina. and women in the world for your long partnership with Toyota Mothers of Invention. By working together, our company is honored to have helped women with creativity, inspiration, and a passion for change, improve society, and enrich the lives of others. A few of these women are with us today. If you're still in the audience, please stand up, including Annie Medaglia and Monica Gray of Dreamwakers. They created Dreamwakers, and they connect successful entrepreneurs to underserved 4th and 12th graders. Also, Lauren Schweeder-Beal of D.C. Greens. Lauren grew a farmer's market here in our nation's capital to a collaborative that today supports better food education, access, and policy. I also want to welcome our partners from Hiring Our Heroes. Hiring Our Heroes is a free online tool. It was created by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation, and it helps military veterans and their spouses market themselves to companies so they can get jobs. So at hiringourheroes.org, veterans and their spouses can get help building a resume that translates the skills that they acquired serving our country into language that employers can easily understand. Now, at Toyota, we're humbled to play a small role in the success of this program. To date, there's more than 2,000 companies of all sizes, including over 500 Toyota dealers, that have committed to hiring over 700,000 veterans and their military spouses. So please visit hiringourheroes.org for more information. So I think it's clear, when we challenge the status quo, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's in food production or education, and have provided much-needing assistance to our veterans, we are not only leading the charge toward greater innovation, but we embody the words of our former Secretary of State, Condoleezza Rice, who once said, "Great leaders never accept the world as it was, and always work for the world as it should be." And at Toyota, we're also searching for innovative solutions. For instance, we once asked, what if we created a car that was better for the planet and better for our customers' pocketbooks? Well, the result was Prius, and that was the world's first mass-produced hybrid. And today, there are now 14 Toyota and Lexus hybrids for sale here in North America. Then we took sustainability even further by introducing Mirai. Mirai is fueled by hydrogen, and the only emission from that vehicle is water vapor. But we didn't stop there. We looked down the road. We expanded our horizons beyond the design and sale of great cars to develop products that address mobility challenges for everyone. So today, we're moving existing technology indoors. We're using personal robotics to provide mobility to the elderly, to those with handicaps, and to our injured veterans. And we're improving transportation safety for all drivers and pedestrians, regardless of what brand of car they drive. That's why we're so proud to support the Toyota Mothers of Invention. These incredible women are trailblazers. They are entrepreneurs. They are pioneers. They're leaders. And most of all, they are innovators. And the impact and innovation that we just heard about from our newest Toyota Mother of Invention, Hahna Alexander, is truly inspiring. Now, since 2012, Toyota has honored 17 innovative and courageous mothers of invention. And tonight, Hahna, we welcome you to our family. And I'd like to invite you to join me here at the podium. So Hahna, in recognition of your remarkable accomplishments and to help you continue on your inspiring journey, we are delighted to present you with our Toyota Driving Solutions Grant.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
$50,000. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. we salute you, we support you, we congratulate you. Thank you so much for all you do. And on behalf of Toyota and everyone here, let's give her another round of applause for SolePower. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.